Okay, now let us talk about the flu vaccination. Now, every year in some countries, they can depend on their free flu vaccination. They're giving it away like it is candy. They want the pregnant woman, they want the young children, even the very elderly to be vaccinated. And in most countries, a flu vaccination is tied to your employment. So, no flu vaccination, no job. No, don't tell me that they care that much for the society that they are going out of their way to ensure us that all of us are inoculated with this flu vaccination. I smell an agenda. So I go and ask an healthcare professional some information, and he gave me some leaflets. No, this one is from Public Health England, and it states the National Influenza Immunization Program 2019-2020 inactivated influenza vaccine information for healthcare practitioners. Now I had a little read about in it, and it is very interesting. Now before we get into all of that, let's talk a little bit about the influenza virus. Now this is just a small bit. We're going to keep this short and spicy. Now, the influenza virus is a RNA virus. Now, the difference between the RNA and DNA, RNA is very unstable. So the influenza virus genetic material is in the form of an RNA, and this describes the influenza virus because it is a very unstable virus, and this is because on the surface of this virus they have the H, which is the hemagglutinin, and the hemagglutinin, they can bind the virus to red blood cell membranes and cause the red blood cells to clump together. You have the N, also the N antigen, which is the neuraminidase. Now this functions in the release of mature virus from the host cells. Now this is where we get our H1N1 and H3N2 from, and so forth. Just a little bit of information there. Now, as we stated, the influenza virus is very unstable. It keeps changing. The experts themselves do not know which strain will affect us. It is just an estimated guess. So they put in a syringe an estimated guess, and they inoculate you and your loved ones. Now let that sink in, and you can go and research that, because I don't have to use allegedly about this. I'm not creating false story or stirring up false accusation. Now let's get back to this booklet. Now in the booklet it describes two ways in how they manufacture this influenza vaccine, and one is through eggs and the next is cell lines. Now the cell lines that is used is the MDCK cell lines, which is in Madden Darby canine kidney cell lines. So we see two production method, and both uses a different species, one using a chicken egg, the other using dog kidney cells. Now, right there, you see where they are mixing and mingling the seed. Now, you have an unstable virus, which is the influenza virus, being grown on dog kidney cells. Right? The booklet goes on to say it is purified. During the production process, they use large quantities of antibiotics to purify it, so it is perfectly okay for us to use, even though it goes on to say that some patients might have an allergic reaction to it. You don't say. Right? Now, this is crossing the species barrier. We live in a satanic system. So do not be blinded to Satan's devices. Do not be blinded to what Lucifer's devices are. And this is a classic case to me. How can you grow a medication that is supposed to be used on humans, and you're using dogs to grow it? Dog kidney cells and chicken eggs, right? And this is an unstable virus. Very unstable virus. What is this doing to the unborn fetus? That is my question to the expert. What is this thing doing to the unborn fetus? The booklet goes on to say there is a vegan type, but they never mention the production and how it is produced in the booklet. Just a brief mention of that. Right? This is where you realize soon and very soon, after they continue mixing the species barrier, our children will be coming to us telling us they want to have relation with animals. This is where it is starting from, and that is why they are so interested in so much of us to receive this vaccination, because they are mixing the seed. Right, this is a satanic world that we live in, and they are mixing it, which is a very clever effort, and that is why there is such a big push for us all to get inoculated. Soon and very soon our children will be telling us and our loved ones they want to be with animal. This is the bestiality gateway. This is another way in to our children's genetics, our children's mind. Open your eyes and don't be blinded to Lucifer's devices. We've got to pray for our children and say, Glory be to the Most High.